What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by two very happy Ravens fans, Josh and John Luke. What's up, guys? And then joining us today as well, I promise we'll talk a little bit more about that game, I am sure. We are joined by very special guest, great friend of the show. I'm sure you guys all already know him. He's a DFS writer at 4for4 Football, a DFS contributor for Awesemo, and on Twitter at Jordan Vanek DFS. What is up, Jordan?
Jordan. You didn't announce me as the sad Panthers fan, and that hurt. I can't believe we lost the Eagles. That was embarrassing. Sam Darnold played awful, but appreciate you guys. Appreciate being on. This is, I think, my fourth time on here. You know, it's good to see Josh is upgraded. He's got a lava lamp. No more staircase.
You better watch out. This lava lamp's unstoppable.
I feel like he's competing with JL for like random things on the table.
Yep.
I'm gonna beat him.
That is a competition we are currently having.
I got to get a bigger table behind me. That's the thing.
I don't have a ton of space here. To hang something on the wall, though. Who's will be
none of us.
I got it. I'm on it. I'm on it, guys. I'm on it. That Panthers game was disappointing, though. Like they had it. Like it felt like they were gonna win all game, and then
we just stopped. I mean, we don't really have McCaffrey, which really sucks. But Sam Darnold doesn't trust this offensive line, and it shows.
What was the Tom Brady quote about the Eagles? I think he said they're kind of an ascending team.
Yeah.
Or the exact words that he said. And I think that describes it perfectly. Like, yeah, you lost to the Eagles, but they are kind of an ascending team right now. They're looking a little better. When I read that, I laughed. So that was so honest from Tom Brady. Guys, before we get started today, we've got some people in the chat saying hi, and then we've got some news to go through. Mike in here has a question for us to start off right away. What are your thoughts on trading Kelsey, Carson, and Cooper for Aaron Jones, Jefferson, and Fant? He has Henry, CEH, Edmonds, and Mitchell, and then D-Hop, Woods, Higgins, and Julio at wide receiver. Just trying to solidify the position by dishing out Kelsey is what it looks like. So it's Kelsey, Carson, and Cooper for Aaron. So Kelsey, Chris Carson, Amari Cooper for Aaron Jones, Justin Jefferson, and Noah Fant. Are you guys making this trade? Which side would you prefer?
I would prefer side number 2.
For more context, it's a half PPR, 10-team league, currently 3-2. First place is 4-1.
So here's the thing. If I knew Chris Carson was healthy, if I knew he was good to go, he was normal Chris Carson, he's going to get all the carries for the Seahawks, I'm taking side 1. There's no doubt in my mind. But then we have this long-term, pretty serious neck injury he's supposed to have. Apparently, he could play this week. I'm nervous for Chris Carson's workload going forward, though. So it makes it a lot more difficult. I'd rather have Jefferson over Cooper. I'd rather have Kelsey over Fant.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Yes. Kelsey and Fant, there's a big jump, but there's a big jump from Carson to Aaron Jones. This is a really even trade.
And I just want to say Justin Jefferson, I know some people were underwhelmed at the beginning of the season, but he's been wildly consistent. You're not underwhelmed anymore. If you are, you need to go take a look at his game logs. He's a top 10 PPR wide receiver right now. I know this is a half PPR league. Let's see if he's still a top 10 half PPR wide receiver. But even higher. He's the number 8 overall half PPR wide receiver. That is a jump up from Amari Cooper, and I love Amari Cooper. You hit the nail on the head. I'm taking side B because of the Carson information, but I hate trading away Kelsey. There's just such a positional advantage, but I'm doing it here.
Well, the thing is you got Geno Smith now for a little bit, and you don't know how long. So, are Seattle's offense going to be explosive? I mean, half point, I want touchdowns, and I know the Packers are going to score touchdowns. The Vikings are going to be playing from behind for Jefferson to throw the ball or get targets. Fant is obviously a downgrade from Kelsey, but, Cooper's dealing with injury, Carson's dealing with injury. Aaron Jones and Jefferson are completely healthy. Your third running back is Chase Edmonds, and in half point, I hate that. I would want to have – your second running back right now is Chase Edmonds. I'm taking Aaron Jones and making that. It's a 10-team league. I know Kelsey's a huge advantage, but it's less of an advantage. You can find a touchdown from tight end week to week.
Yep, I agree with you guys there. So it's looking like we're all agreeing on taking the other side of that trade. We would definitely do it. Jay Wall in here saying the best in the biz. Let's get it. And he's got a question for us as well.
All right.
I want to remind everyone here also, we will be answering your questions throughout the show today while doing brackets, but right after this stream. I will not be there today, but JL and Josh will be live answering your fantasy questions at 4:15 Eastern time for fantasy football office hours. So any questions we do not get to today, make sure you bring in the chat in the fantasy football office hours for JL and Josh. They love answering your questions. Here's the question we have now. I got a dynasty question. JT and Higgins or Devonte Williams, Amari Cooper, and a 2024 first.
It's another really close trade. I think I slightly lean 2024 first. It's so far out.
Depends on where my team's at right now.
Yeah, but is one side really a rebuilding side? I guess the Cooper and Devonte Williams side is more of a rebuilding side because it's got the first.
I'm taking JT and Higgins in this one.
I'll take JT and Higgins just because the 2024 first is so far out. I mean, Devonte Williams won't get that backfield until the Broncos are out of contention. Someone brought up the Jets backfield, and like now Michael Carter is just getting all the touch or majority of the touches because they're 0-4 or 1-4. Like it's to that point. But like the Broncos are a very competitive team in a division where the Chiefs are struggling. In the AFC, the wild card position it's a tough race, but until they're out of it, I don't see Devontae taking that backfield from Melvin Gordon.
JT and Higgins side. Craig in here saying FYF and Jordan Vanek like a warm blanket and a good book, keeping you happy on a cold day. Thanks for always being here, guys. Thank you for always being here.
I also want to say, J-Wall, if you offer me one more bad trade, and he offered me, before the day, he offered me Jameis Winston and Juju for Keenan Allen, then Jameis Winston and Juju for Amari Cooper, and then Sam Darnold. Is
it a dynasty league?
No, it's in our FYF listener league.
Well, Juju's got to be just dropped at this point, right?
Yeah, he was just like throwing hurt Juju and was like, "Give me Keenan Allen." It's like, no, I'm not doing.
Keenan Allen's a good trade target. Simon and I just talked about it earlier in a video we put together.
Yeah, no,
look out for it.
We got Sully in here saying happy Monday FYF, and then Craig said, "Is it Monday in Canada?" He says, "In my brain it is LOL. Happy Tuesday. Glad you're here." And Kev in here saying bird up. Welcome in, Kev. Glad to have you. J-Wall with the 3-5 crew, because I know Jordan's a member in there representing. And then Kev said, imagine having a name that starts with J or S and not being a fantasy football.
It's really
streamer.
Just J.
I can't.
It's really just J. All the J's. There it is. 3-5 and straight vibing. Let's go.
Yeah, this is how we look like when we're straight vibing, though. This is it. This is how this is me. This is how I'm vibing. You know, just
is that you?
Yeah, it is me. It's old.
You look very. That's a year ago.
My dad literally told me go pose in front of the big TV. I'm sending it to your uncle, and that's just literally. I was like, all right.
That was last year's Christmas card, I think. Max in here saying, I just traded Antonio Gibson for Keenan Allen and Mike Davis. Win or loss? How do you feel about that one, guys?
It's a win for me because of Antonio Gibson's injury.
Yep, that's exactly what I was going to say, Jordan. He's got that shin fracture, so at any point that could become a very serious injury. So I'm good with that.
Also, welcome in, Tyler. Afternoon to you as well. Guys, we've got 2 brackets to get through, but before we start those, Josh, I'm going to come to you. Do we have any news to run through today?
We got a little bit of news, a lot less than yesterday. We covered most of the injuries over the weekends, and we haven't gotten a ton of updates, but we did get an update on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He has been placed on the IR. He's going to be out for at least 3 weeks, guys. That's kind of what we expected anyway, but it's official now. He's going to be out for 3 weeks at least. And the Chiefs are looking into trading for Marlon Mack. That's just a report. It's just a report. Nothing official yet, but hey, it might make you temper your expectations when you're placing your bids for Daryl Williams. You know?
Yeah.
Because we're going to get into him soon, but he's my favorite priority on the waiver wire this week. But barely. There's a few guys that are very close. Dallas Goddard, he was put on the COVID-19 list. We'll see if he plays this week.
Zach
if Dallas Goddard doesn't play, Zach Ertz is a good option. Trey Lance has a sprained knee. He could be out this week. He didn't play fantastically. It might be Jimmy Garoppolo's job still to lose when he's healthy. So we'll see how that plays out. And then last but not least, Rob Gronkowski. He does have a chance to play Thursday night. I am still not expecting it, but this is great news for the rest of the season.
I miss him.
Guys.
I miss him. I can't wait for him to come back.
He told me.
He told you? You got his number? He blocked me.
Dude, he has a chance.
I know.
You see the trophy
He told
behind JL? He has everybody.
Gronk and a trophy.
Because JXC with a quick question for us before we jump in. He's saying, I'm not sure if I can make any moves with my roster since I'm 4-1. And on his bench, he has Rodgers, Lockett, Patterson, Julio Jones, Schultz, and Landry. Thoughts?
Just keep it. You're fine.
Yep. Yeah, that's a solid team right there. You're good. Maybe be checking out the waivers for things that you could be doing, but that team's working.
He has RB like what, 1 in Cordero Patterson on his bench? That's crazy.
He will be out in week 6. Guys, it's official.
I thought that, but I wasn't so confident that I was going to say it on the stream.
I wasn't going to correct you. I was just going to let you do it.
Okay, guys.
He'll definitely be out, guys.
He'll definitely be out. Don't start Trey Lance this week.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, Sully thinks it's Monday, so he really can't talk. Happy Monday, FYF.
Well, yeah, I don't know how it works up there in Canada, so he might be right. That was okay. Okay, this makes sense. It's Craig. Gotcha. I thought, yeah.
Okay, guys, we are going to start with our top waiver wire ads bracket, our week 6 waiver wire ads. We've got 8 of the most popular waiver wire targets this week that we are going to be voting on and determining which one is our favorite. This is a PPR format. That's what we're assuming whenever we're going through these. And we've got some pretty exciting names, some big games this week from some of these players. So I'm excited to run through some of these names with you guys. Jordan, we're going to start with you on our first matchup here. Our very first matchup is the Giants wide receiver Cadarius Tony versus the Browns tight end David Njoku. Which of these two players are you more excited to add on waivers this week, or would you prefer to add?
Cadarius Tony. David Njoku had the crazy big game this past weekend. Of his, big game, the 93 of his yards came on intermediate passes, with 59 of those yards being after the catch. It's like one big play just against the Chargers that was completely random. I don't think David Njoku is going to see much target share going forward. Cadarius Tony, though, everybody hated him in the draft process. I didn't like the landing spot, but he's just a good slot receiver, and he gets open. And he put some moves on Trayvon Diggs that really opened up my eyes as a short intermediate. I mean, I'm not going to say this player, but the way he got open was similar to rookie Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, he definitely had a spark out there. It was so much fun watching him. Josh, one vote for Cadarius Tony. Are you going the same way? Or are you going for David Njoku here?
Yeah, I'm not really completely bought into the David Njoku hype. I know he had a great week. We'll probably see one or two or more weeks like this going forward, but I still think it's a tight end roulette there in Cleveland. There's not going to be 42 points scored every week, so I'm really not that interested in David Njoku, but Cadarius Tony, very interested in. He's impressed the hell out of me. There will be Sterling Shepard coming back, Darius Slayton at some point. Well, I'm interested to see how they work in, but Cadarius Tony looks so good. He's going to be a part of this offense going forward. 2
votes for Tony. John Luke, where are you going here?
Yeah, completely agree with these guys. The only thing I'll add is that Njoku playing against the Chargers, if you're going to beat them through the air, it's going to be at the tight end position. They're weakest against tight end. So I do, just to pile on to that the idea here that David Njoku's production is not sustainable. I'm going to go Tony.
I'm also going to go Tony, but I do want to add David Njoku is a player that I don't expect to be on the Browns long term, and we see his talent, we see his athleticism. He could very well end up on a new team next year where hopefully they utilize him better. He is a dynasty buy for me right now. Maybe wait a couple more weeks, maybe not this week after the big blow-up game. Let him have a couple more of these pooped his pants games that he's had this season.
Check your waiver wire. There's a
he
chance
could be on
David
the freaking waiver wire in your dynasty league. That's a good point, Josh.
There's a chance.
So if this is dynasty, it's still Cadarius Tony, but I want to give a nod that David Njoku is a player that I'm trying to acquire in dynasty leagues right now because I think you can do it cheap. Mm-hmm. But Tony sweeps them and moves on to the next round. Up next, we've got Khalil Herbert versus Devonte Booker. Before we get into that one, guys, Andres has a question for us. Mike Gesicki or Hunter Henry to start this week? Jordan, you said, ooh, so I'm going to come to you first. You volunteered yourself with the noise.
I think that was me, but that's
Josh volunteered you with his noise.
Josh volunteered you.
The Dolphins take on the Jaguars in London, and the Colts play the Texans. I would.
Well, the New England.
New England plays Dallas. Sorry. Yeah. I'm going Gesicki against Jacksonville in London. There's reports that Urban Meyer is going to get fired next week or during their bye week, which is next week for the Jaguars. And basically, I think he's just a dead man walking into that situation, and the players don't want to play for him. Like, screw that. Like, Urban Meyer should have been fired like 2 weeks ago.
How did we not put the John Gruden news in the news section?
I didn't know if
if that was since not
we wanted to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's fired.
Fantasy implications.
He's fired.
Yeah.
He's fired.
I
don't know. What does it mean for you in fantasy? I don't know. It means the same.
Well, they're looking to hire Doug Peterson, supposedly.
Oh, really? I have not heard that.
Doug Peterson to be. It was one report that I saw this morning. I know Rick Pizach is actually going to be their interim head coach. My dad played high school with him, or football with him, my uncle played high school football with him. My dad was a player when he was a coach, and Rick Pizach is one of those dudes that, like, he's a great special teams coach. So the offense should run the same, the defense should run the same.
Doug Peterson just went to the Super Bowl 4 years ago, right? 5 years ago.
Yeah, Nick Bowles.
Yeah,
Derek Carr Super Bowl. Let's do it.
Yeah, I think that's a good replacement.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Mike Gesicki for me. It's Mike Gesicki for me as well.
Yeah, Gesicki for me as well.
Unanimous Gesicki over here. Now, Josh, another question for you. You're going first on this one. Khalil Herbert or Devonte Booker? Which one of these players are you more excited to add?
It's got to be Devonte Booker. Khalil Herbert looked really good, but he's still got Damian Williams in front of him in Chicago, and then David Montgomery's going to be back at some point in a couple of weeks. So maybe Herbert is the one, maybe the 1A, 1B kind of deal in Chicago, but Devonte Booker looks like he's the guy with the Giants. Yeah, it's Devonte Booker.
One
just
vote
had a
for
really
Booker.
good week.
Jail, where are you going here, Booker or Herbert?
Yeah, it's Booker. They were definitely using him in that Saquon type role, giving him the volume. So I'm going to go Booker here.
I'm also going to go Booker. It's a volume argument. The Bears made it apparent they wanted to split carries over there, so I'm going to go Booker as well. But I do have interest in adding Herbert. Jordan, you're laughing up there. Is that because you're going Herbert?
Well, I'm not. Okay, I'm going to go Herbert because I actually played Pop Warner football with him. He went to Douglas High School. So awesome. I'm friends with Herbert on Facebook.
Give him a nod.
I'm going with Herbert. But I will say with Herbert, he had 18 carries for 75 yards and played 53% of the offensive snaps. But the one thing that I'm intrigued for him for dynasty purposes is he can actually, he's been returning kicks pretty far. He's athletic enough that I'm thinking, I think he's better than Damian Williams at this point with Damian Williams' career. I'm interested to see what he can do going forward because he's an athlete. Yeah,
completely agree there. But Devonte Booker moves on, even though Jordan played Pop Warner with Herbert. It wasn't enough to get him over the edge. Our next matchup, we've got Jail. We're coming to you first. It is Jets running back Michael Carter, who Jordan mentioned earlier, starting to get more and more of the work there for the Jets, versus Marquez Callaway, the preseason sensation for the New Orleans Saints, who finally showed up. Which of these two players would you prefer to be adding to your redraft team?
I prefer Michael Carter. We talked about Marquez Callaway a little bit in our Sunday night recap show. I don't believe that this is going to be a sustainable performance for him. I don't think that Jameis Winston is going to be as efficient as he was this past weekend. Josh, I don't know if you remember, but how many attempts was it? Or how
15.
many?
15 completions, 30
completions,
attempts.
30 attempts. That's
I
so
believe.
low. Yeah, it's so low. Marquez Callaway is not gonna have great performances with that low volume.
One vote for Michael Carter, and I'm agreeing with you, Jail. Even if I had a little bit more faith in Marquez Callaway going forward, it would likely still be Michael Carter because of the running back landscape right now. He's getting that work in the Jets offense. You got to want to pick up a running back who's getting that kind of work. And this isn't an injury situation like some of the other names on this list. He's just getting more work. It's not like a guy's going to come back and take it from him. It's Michael Carter for me. 2 votes for Michael Carter. Jordan, we're coming to you next.
I'm going to go with Michael Carter because of the positional scarcity and just, the Saints run or pass the ball on 42% of plays. I think Michael Thomas coming back will help Callaway when he eventually does. And once he becomes a 2, if the Saints, start losing games, but the reality is they just haven't needed to throw the ball more. And when Michael Thomas does come back, I'm expecting him to get 2 coverage, which will be huge for just the matchup.
3 votes for Michael Carter, but a little bit of a nod to Marquez Callaway when Thomas comes back. Josh, where are you going here? Michael Carter or Marquez Callaway?
It's definitely Michael Carter. He's a rookie who's getting more and more work every week, and he's looking better and better. I don't like the Jets, but maybe he's the guy, and he can start him at some point. I'm not trying to start him quite yet still.
I love
he's on a bye. He's on a bye next week.
Talking about the Jets. You're like, he's getting the work. but it is the Jets. But
so you might be able to pick him up kind of sneakily if he's on your waiver wire. People might just be looking at projections, so just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I'd be lying if I said I don't sort by week 6 projections whenever I first start looking through the waiver wire, and then I dive in a little deeper. Joey coming in with the hot tip: don't spend any fab on John Gruden. 100%, please do not. And Craig said, unrelated, how do I cancel waiver claims? We'll figure that out for you. Tyler in here has a question. Is it time to give up on Miles Sanders weekly? He got a little bit more usage than he was getting in the earlier weeks, or play him based off of matchups. Josh, I see you nodding up there. What do you think about Miles Sanders?
You don't want to start him this week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but yes, it's kind of a weekly deal where you kind of have to see it first now. But you're correct; his snap percentage has gone up. Last week, 75% of snaps, 5 targets, 5 catches, 11 carries. If he's continuing to get that kind of work, he's going to be a good start. But I don't want to start him against the Buccaneers.
I just don't know. I don't know with the current state of running backs if a lot of these teams are going to have a choice, if they'll have a better option. Are there any names on this list on the screen right now that you would start over Miles Sanders this week?
Yeah.
Kadarius Tony probably. If he's healthy and Sterling Shepard and Slayton are both out again, I'll start Kadarius Tony, even with Mike Glennon.
Daryl Williams.
Yeah. Devonte Booker.
Maybe Devonte Booker. Yeah, probably Devonte Booker. Yeah.
So, it's the Rams, so it's
I think you're I think the answer to this question is adjust expectations for Miles Sanders. That doesn't mean you can't start him, but he's more in this tier of running back than he was in the surefire start at the beginning of the season where you drafted him. But you're probably still starting him. Yeah, he's a flex play.
That's like he's like equivalent to a flex now at this point.
Hartnell has a question for us. Full PPR. Do I trade Kareem Hunt and Chase Claypool for Stephon Diggs? He has Mixon, Chubb, and Aaron Jones. Wide receivers are CD Cup, Godwin, and Devonta Smith.
I don't know if this is the trade I'm looking for.
I don't know how many teams there are. It seems like there's like 6 teams in the league.
Your running backs are stacked.
Yeah, I mean,
CD Cup.
You're just like locked into the Browns.
Wide receivers are stacked.
Yeah,
I'm fine with you trading Kareem Hunt and Chase Claypool. I don't know if I would be targeting. I think you could get a little bit. I don't know. This is a tough one because your team is stacked everywhere.
I think I would make this trade.
Depending on how many people you start, I would make this trade. If it's like a normal 2 running backs, 3 receivers, flex, then I'm doing this trade.
Hartnell said 10 teams just made some crazy trades and got lucky with Cup. Well, hot damn, Hartnell. This is
your
great
team is loaded.
Yeah, just take Stephon Diggs and just have Diggs, CD, Cup, Godwin for the rest of the year.
Yep. You know what? You guys are right. I'm taking the trade as well.
I would see if they would take Hunt for Stephon Diggs. I know a lot of people are just so hyped on Kareem Hunt. I don't know if that will get the deal done because honestly, I'm fine with this trade as it is, but I don't expect Hunt to keep performing at the way that he is currently.
Yeah, I agree with you guys there. Jail, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Send that trade after out. Tyler says, how about Carter over Sanders? Are any of you guys starting Michael Carter?
Well, not this week.
Yeah. No.
So, no. And then it's mental matchups after that.
Agree. Rolando says Patterson, Evans, and Cooks for Cup and more. So I'm guessing that's Brandon Cooks. So Cordero Patterson, Mike Evans, and Brandon Cooks for Cooper Cup and DJ Moore.
We need clarity on this.
Rondale
this
Moore?
Yeah, Rondale Moore.
Yeah. If it's David Moore, I'm probably saying no.
Elijah.
If it's DJ Moore, let's assume DJ Moore. Are you guys taking this trade?
Yes.
Which side do you want?
If it's DJ Moore, sure. If it's Rondale, probably not.
No. Rondale, no. DJ, yes.
Yeah.
Completely agree with you guys there. And Sully coming in saying the Eagles don't trust Sanders, so I can't either. And that is fair. We are moving on to our next matchup, and I have the first vote here. It is Mecole Hardman versus Daryl Williams. And I'm sorry, Mecole, you're going up against a running back that's taking over a workload for a team for the time being, unless we get Marlon Mack news. So I'm going Daryl Williams. Positional scarcity on a high-powered offense. That's where I'm going. Jordan, what do you think? Mecole Hardman or Daryl Williams?
Daryl Williams is the vote. Mecole Hardman, though, has actually been pretty solid this year. It sucks because he's just, the expectation is you go to the Chiefs, your receiver, and, in his draft class, they picked Mecole Hardman over DK Metcalf. So really bad setting up poorly. But, Daryl Williams is for sure the target. He's not going to be – I don't think he's going to go out there and get 20 or anything crazy. I think he's just like 2-3 points behind what Clyde was getting.
Can you imagine if the Chiefs had DK Metcalf?
Yep. That was because
That would
Tyreek
be
Hill was
insane.
They drafted Hardman to replace Tyreek Hill because Tyreek Hill
More or
was having
less,
the
yeah.
legal issues
Oh yeah,
during
yeah.
that time period of the draft. But they could have just taken DK Metcalf regardless.
God,
That team would have been brutal.
That would
Yeah.
be disgusting. That would be absolutely disgusting. Josh, where are you going on this one? Daryl Williams or Mecole Hardman?
It's definitely Daryl Williams. He was getting work with Clyde Edwards-Helaire out there. I think he could possibly have more upside than even Clyde Edwards-Helaire has had because he could get a little bit more work even in my mind.
Also, Craig came in and asked if we had to put in a waiver claim for an FYF host, who would command the most fab? And Dan said
Thanks, Dan.
Josh
Thanks,
is
Dan.
easily the
Thanks,
101
Dan.
of
Love you,
FYF
Dan.
hosts. See how
Probably.
it is, Dan.
I'm
Probably.
sending it to the newcomer, Mr. Joey Wright.
Hey, yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about fabbing, 69% of my fab's going to Joey.
Nice.
Checks out.
Guys, real fast. The guy, the person that said the person wants either Smith or Claypool added into that Hunt trade for Stephon Diggs. Would you rather have Devonta Smith or Chase Claypool the rest of the season?
I was hoping you wouldn't acknowledge that comment.
I would rather have Chase Claypool with no juju.
Me too. Me too.
I'm taking Claypool over Devonte. Devontae's fantastic, but if it's
Yeah, I
half
know.
point, I'll take Claypool.
Me too.
Full point's a little closer.
Yeah, I think I'm going Claypool as well, but it is close.
JL hated the question
I
because
don't
they're
know.
back for him.
We won't make you answer, JL. J-Wall says I'm spending 100% on Simon, and I don't apologize for it. Thank you, J-Wall. I appreciate
J-Wall's
it.
always
Race
wrong,
you,
so
bro.
take that for what it's worth.
Have you seen JL trade offers?
JL, which one of these players are you selecting? Is it a
It's
sweep for
D-Will.
Daryl Williams?
Yeah.
He will with the sweep, and we are moving on to our second round. Before we do that, though, Kyle has a question for us. 10-man PPR keeper. Trade Hurts, Jamar Chase, Edmonds, and Schultz for Dak and Waller.
Yikes. So Dak's a slight upgrade over Hurts, while Waller's great for the tight end position, but Schultz has been great, and then Edmonds has been very good, and then Jamar Chase has been fantastic. I don't think I can make this trade.
This is too rich for me.
I mean, depending upon how this keeper works, keeping Jamar Chase is probably going to end up being a good thing because at this rate, I think Jamar Chase gets drafted as a top 12 receiver next year.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think he's killing it.
Andres came in and asked any trade targets you guys recommend this week, some buy lows. And in fact, Josh and I just recorded a video with 6 players we think you should be targeting for trades this week. That'll be coming out later today. But do we want to give some of the names we mentioned in there? We mentioned
Chase Claypool is one of them. We were just talking about him.
Yeah, I think he's a great buy low. And then if your team is killing it right now, I think David Montgomery's a guy you can go out and try to trade for while he's injured. But that's not if you're an 0-4, 0-5, 1-4 team. You don't have the ability to make trades like that right now.
Yeah, check out the video for the rest.
Check out the video for the rest. Look at that foreshadowing. Ooh. Jordan, now that we're done teasing everybody, which one of these 2 players would you take? Cadarius Tony or Devonte Booker in our semifinal matchup?
If this is tough because
this is tough.
Saquon just, has had very bad luck. I think he eventually comes back, and Cadarius Tony right now is just the way he looked. I'm taking Tony over Booker. I think if you're really struggling to get some wins right now, I think you could go Booker if you're really running back needy, but I'm taking Tony for the long-term upside. And I don't know how the Giants would bench him at this point.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying there. We got a follow-up question here. Thomas said Claypool just exploded. Do you think he can be bought low on?
That's a good point.
I think that he's produced even much lower this season than what his final ranking is going to be at the end of the season. I think he's like the 33rd or 34th wide receiver in PPR. He's 24th last year as a rookie, and he doesn't have Juju anymore this year.
So I guess what you're saying, Josh, is you could have bought lower last week, but you're still buying low this week. It is still a buy low, even though you could have bought lower if you would have gotten in a little bit earlier. Josh, where are you going here? Kadarius Tony or Devonte Booker?
Yeah, Jordan kind of summed it up, but if you need a running back, it's absolutely Booker. If you're struggling for wins and you need to fill that running back's position, it's Devonte Booker. Kadarius Tony, I'd rather have on my team overall. I'm going to go Booker just because I could see more people needing that kind of player.
John Luke, where do you fall on this one?
Yeah, they are semi-similar, but I'm going to go for semi-similar. For positional scarcity, I'll go Booker here.
Devonte Booker with the nod right there. And this one's so close for me. Jordan, I prefer Cadarius Tony as a player. In Dynasty, I prefer Cadarius Tony. Everything about Cadarius Tony makes me want to pick him. But I'm a guy with a lot of 0 RB teams. And all of these options at running back that can come in and give me a couple weeks while the starters are injured are super valuable for teams like that. So I am still taking Devonte Booker here. But, man, that hurts.
So close.
That hurts.
It does hurt.
Yeah,
it does hurt.
Sully, and you said 19 watching, only 12 likes. Smash that button, everybody. Thanks for the reminder, Sully. And for all of you watching, if you like what you're seeing, you like the games we play on here, hit that subscribe button as well. It is the easiest way to show your appreciation for this show. And it means a ton to us. Gets that serotonin pumping on a Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right?
Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
Sully smash.
Tyler wanted to follow up with another Miles Sanders question. Daryl Williams versus Miles Sanders. Which one of these guys are you starting this week?
Like this week? Oh, Daryl Williams. Because the Tampa Bay matchup sucks for Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
No one's been able to run against them.
I completely agree with you, Josh.
Man, that is imagine if we were thinking that in the beginning of the season.
I mean, there's a world where you're like, Clyde Edwards-Helaire gets hurt, Daryl Williams next guy up, the Chiefs offense. I guess you could envision it a little bit.
Yep.
What the hell, Jordan? What just happened up there?
You were the chosen one, Simon.
You were the chosen one.
You could have split the vote and put it to chat, and I
know, but I did not. Josh, we are coming to you first on this one. Michael Carter versus Daryl Williams. Which of these two players are you sending to the championship matchup?
I don't know. I'd rather have Michael Carter rest the season throughout the entire season because once CH comes back, Daryl Williams isn't going to be in your lineup anymore. Probably not on your team anymore. But Daryl Williams has a lot more upside in the meantime. I will go with Michael Carter because it's more of if you have a better team and you don't need a running back, it's more of a play in that direction. But Michael Carter should be owned. And so should Daryl Williams.
JL?
Yeah, it's Miguel Carter for me as well.
Michael Carter for JL, and I am also going Michael Carter. Josh, you hit the nail on the head.
Sucks.
This could be a rest of season performer for you, whereas you're likely not getting that from Daryl Williams. Jordan, we've got 3 votes for Michael Carter. Are you on the Carter side, or are you going to be the lone vote on the Williams side?
I am going to be on the lone vote of the Williams side because I think he can win you more weeks.
Yeah.
Here's
the problem. I'm taking Daryl Williams over Devonte Booker. I'm sorry if that's giving too much away, but
you're taking. I'm voting Devonte Booker now, but no. More importantly, it's this like the Jets running back for. Are you going to be starting Michael Carter 5 weeks from now? I don't know. I don't know if you're going to.
Neither. Neither. Maybe.
Jordan said, "My vote doesn't matter. Where do I go, chat?" And Tyler, and you're saying rough loss this weekend also, Simon. It was, but hopefully the Browns can go in and beat the undefeated Cards at the Dog Pound this weekend.
They're favorites, I think.
Are they?
No.
I think they opened up as favorites.
Oh, is it in Cleveland?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes
sense.
That's
still wild to me that they're favorites. Andres has a question for us before we get to our matchup. Thoughts on Antonio Brown and Pittman? Kind of open-ended, but I think these are both. Yeah, I like both of these guys. You're probably starting both of them going forward. If you're not, then man, congratulations on your team if these guys are sitting on your bench.
Antonio Brown's like a top 24 wide receiver. Michael Pittman's like a top 30 wide receiver-ish. So they're both great options.
I'll say that I outsmarted myself this week with Antonio Brown. But Antonio Brown's just, I trust Tom Brady. If you're watching that guy play football right now, like it's scary to say like he's playing the best football he's played since I don't know, the touchdown, the Randy Moss year. It's like 20 years ago he was playing worse.
It makes sense. Unruly Drip came in and said Madison or Michael Carter rest of season PPR. In my mind, honestly, this depends on your team. Do you need wins right now while Dalvin Cook is out? I'm likely going, or is Dalvin Cook back? Do we have information if he's coming back?
I don't know if that man's going to be healthy for like this season. Like he's not staying healthy. His ankle's messed up.
Michael Carter, in my mind, has guaranteed volume rest of season unless he gets injured, whereas Madison has volume only while Dalvin Cook is out. Now, if Cook is out and you need a win this week, the answer is Madison. But if that's not the situation, it's Carter in all other cases for me. What about you guys?
They both need to be owned. If you're the Dalvin Cook owner, it's Madison. It's not even close. Because when Madison plays, he's a top 12 running back. Michael Carter doesn't have that upside, but
no.
Yeah,
Right,
Madison. Yeah, Madison's
You're going
the most
Madison?
valuable handcuff. He's the most valuable handcuff in the league, in my mind. Yeah, I'll say Madison.
And Scott Fish coming in saying Vikings bye week is 7. Could easily see them giving him a 2-week break.
How dare he not comment first? What is this? Your first.
Also,
first. Damn it.
One more question, then we're gonna have to get into this matchup. But I just want to remind everyone watching right after this at 4:15 Eastern time, the Front Yard Fantasy crew will be back live answering your fantasy questions. So make sure you bring them in there. The only thing we're doing there is answering questions. We'll be there answering them for you. So if we don't get to your question today on this stream, stop back in and we will gladly answer it on the next one. B-Dub said lost CEH and dropped Gaskin last week. Is Gaskin a trap? Should I pick him back up or go for Daryl Williams?
Gaskin's not a trap. He just wasn't getting the ball.
Gaskin, you need to pick him up. You need to spend up to get him back on your team.
His snap share was increased this past week. Now we could see this fluctuate again. We don't know if this is like a long-term trend, but there's absolutely that opportunity, right? That's a possible outcome that they're actually like, okay, he performed well. We gave him more work. He performed well. We're going to keep doing that.
He's averaging 5 yards a carry this year. Like, I don't know why he's only averaging 6 attempts a week, but like they're just not giving him the ball. And I'm very confused about it, but it's okay. It's the Dolphins. They don't know what's going on.
Hopefully they start giving them the ball a little bit more. Jail, we're coming to you first in this championship matchup here. Devonte Booker versus Michael Carter. Which of these two players would you prefer to pick up on the waiver wire?
I'm going to go Devonte Booker here. Michael Carter, while he does have probably longer term value, he hasn't really, like, he's still on the Jets. This touchdowns have sort of buoyed his fantasy performance, but he hasn't been particularly impressive. So I'm going to go Devonte Booker and get the next, what was it, 2 to 4 weeks that we have for Saquon?
Yeah. There was just a report that came out last night, I think, that said it looks better than it could have been. I think that's what Joe Judge said. He's out probably for 2 weeks.
So yeah, I would rather take that production.
Devonte Booker for JL. Tim said, don't you talk about my Finns like that, Jordan, making Tim mad. And Sully in here saying Gaskin and I are no longer friends after that performance on my benches. And Sully, in 2 leagues, I benched Gaskin for the first time this week all season, and it did not feel good. It hurt my feelings a little bit. That is fantasy football right there. That was the first really bad start-sit decision of the season for me. Devonte Booker, Michael Carter. I'm going to disagree with JL here, and I'm going to go Michael Carter. I do think he has a bit more upside than maybe we've given him credit for. He is a rookie in an offense with an increasing workload, and that workload could continue increasing. It doesn't necessarily have to stagnate at the increased volume that it is right now, a percentage of the total running back shares. And even if it doesn't, he's a guy, rest of season, you can plug into your flex at a minimum. I'll take Michael Carter here. Jordan, are you going Michael Carter or Devonta Booker?
I'm going Devonte Booker. Reason being is like this Giants offensive line isn't as bad as it was last year. It's actually much improved. According to Sports Info Solutions, they have the blown block rate on run blocking plays on the 21st in the NFL, which is like lowest. Or top 15 run blocking offensive line so far. It's just Saquon wasn't 100%. Once he got 100%, he was actually doing pretty well. We saw Wayne Gallman, RB like 15 or 12 in PPR once Saquon was out for the whole year. I like Devonte Booker.
2 votes for Devonte Booker. And before Josh votes, I want to remind everyone in the chat, if this goes to a tie, we will need your help settling it. So go ahead and start getting your votes in for Devonte Booker or Michael Carter. I don't know where Josh is going, but he did foreshadow, so we may have a tie on our hands. So go ahead and get your votes in for us so we can determine a champion here. Josh, you did a little bit of foreshadowing in the last matchup. So which of these players are you picking up this week?
It's Michael Carter. It's Michael Carter for me.
2 votes for Michael Carter.
It's got
2 votes for Michael Carter, and we've got 1 vote in here for Devonte Booker. Jay Wall said Michael Carter, so you guys are not helping us out very much right now.
Split it again.
And then we got another Devonte Booker and another Carter. It is 2-2. Jay Peters coming in with Carter. So it is 3-2 right now.
Carter.
Oh, and Michael said, "Sup, guys? We thought there was another vote coming in."
Wait,
Oh
Booker,
no!
we got
Oh
two Booker, three
no!
Booker.
Oh no! Oh,
Greg said Booker.
no!
It's tied. The Chosen Rose said Booker, so it is now 4-3. Sully said Booker, so it is now 5-3. Tim said Booker, another Booker, and then Michael said Carter, but it looks like Booker ran away with this one. Booker is going to get the win and become our favorite waiver wire ad for this week. Even with Andre's vote for Michael Carter, it's not enough to pull it over the edge. So congratulations, Jordan and JL. You guys won that one with your vote. But Devonte Booker is our favorite waiver wire ad for week 6. Another Booker, but then a Carter and a Carter, but it's still another Carter.
Stop voting.
Booker is still up by 1, but I think it's still
it
Devonte
happened.
Booker.
It happened.
Winning this one feels. Oh wait, is it gonna load? There we go. Winning this feels like this. Like we're talking about Michael Carter, a Jets running back and a Giants running back walking in the room. It's like the first place people is like the people who just already had Cordero Patterson.
Yeah.
Streak wants to know
Vince Carter.
Vince Carter. That's a good. Yeah, I go Vince Carter as well here. We had a question in the chat that I just pulled up there. I've lost it now, but they wanted to know Cordero Patterson for AJ Brown in a trade.
What a weird year. I love the fact that we're talking about this.
I would make this trade. Yeah,
I'm taking AJ Brown.
Yeah, me too.
I'll bet on him getting healthy.
Yep.
He's going to bounce back.
Same. Okay, guys, we are moving on to our next bracket. Jordan came up with the idea for this bracket. We are doing the best NFL catches. And Jordan, for you, we limited it to since 2000. I know you were born in 2005, but there might be a couple catches in there you weren't born for yet. But we can.
That's circa 2013. Don't worry about it.
We are going to start with you first, Jordan. The very first catch is the helmet catch, the famous helmet catch versus the Mario Manningham sideline catch, a Super Bowl catch right there. Which one of these two catches do you think is the better NFL catch?
So the Mario Manningham one was just an absolute ridiculous throw for me. Eli just, slinging it in the championship against Brady it was something special. I also realized after making this that I regret it because Jay is a Giants fan and he put 3 Giants catches in here. So
classic.
I can't vote against the Giants in this one. So I'm going with the helmet catch because David Tyree's just catching it on top of his helmet is one of the most ridiculous catches I've ever seen. And that moment was bigger than anything you could have ever asked for.
Yep, and Chosen Rose, it is the Giants one. It is the Giants catch. 1 vote for helmet catch. Before we go on, Andres wanted some clarification about AJ Brown, and I think it's worthwhile to hit this. AJ Brown healthy, didn't do much on the start of the season. Why are the hopes really great for him? Josh, I know you are a resident AJ Brown lover. Not that we don't all love him, but I think you love him the most. Do you want to take a shot at this one?
Oh, absolutely. It's two-folded. It's twofold. First, Cordero Patterson. He's been outstanding. He's played lights out. You can put him at your running back spot or wide receiver spot in a lot of leagues, which is great. But we do not expect this same production to continue throughout the season. I do think it's going to regress quite a bit. He's still a solid option, but AJ Brown coming into the year last year, he was a top 10, top tier option. He has so much talent. As long as he can get healthy, he's the right choice here in my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the highest target percentage on the team in the 3 weeks that he 100% played. Like Julio outperformed him in week 2, but it was because he just had some drop issues. But like it's AJ Brown. We look at these season-long totals at the end of the year and be like, wow, he did this year. And it's like, wow, AJ Brown had a bad year. But then like weeks 6 to 18, he's like the wide receiver 4. It's like, oh, well, this is why.
It's volume and talent. For me, there's volume and there's talent, and you got to follow that. Scott wanted to ask, is this best catch or best play? Yeah, yep. Whichever one you want to use for your argument, go ahead and use it. There are no rules here. So if you want to say, well, the impact of this play means more, you can. And if you just want to say this was a sheer, unbelievably athletic catch, and that's why I'm picking it, go ahead and do that. Whatever your reasoning is, just let us know. Josh, which one are you going with here?
Yeah, it's the helmet catch that it means so much to even people outside of the New York Giants. They know what we're talking. You just say the helmet catch, and it's a thing, right? That's crazy, and it was insane in the moment when it happened. Got to go the helmet catch here.
Helmet catch. John Luke, where are you going here?
Yeah, it's helmet catch.
3 votes for helmet catch. And the fantasy futurist did come in and say the Manningham catch came from Eli's best throw of his career. So sexy. But it is still the helmet catch. I have like distinct memories of watching that, and just that was unbelievable. Just the optics of it, like the pictures, the clips. It was everywhere for a while there. I have to go helmet catch. It is a sweep. Moving on, and up next we have the Edelman juggling catch versus the Minneapolis Miracle. Before we do that, though, Michael wants to know, Cook is a must keep, right, guys? His ankle scares me. Dalvin Cook, you have to.
Yeah, you don't
Unless you get news he's on IR or season ending, then you keep him on your roster. You just have to.
No. You can shop him. You can try to get a deal, but I'm not trying to sell him low or anything. If someone still thinks Dalvin Cook's going to be Dalvin Cook, the ankle does scare me a little bit as well. Try to get Alexander Mattison if you can as well. If you don't want to shop Cook. But yeah, he's a must keep.
Josh, on this one, the Edelman juggling catch or the Minneapolis Miracle, where are you going on this one?
Oh no! I'm gonna go with the Minneapolis Miracle.
Minneapolis.
absolutely.
JL, you going with your best friend Stephon Diggs, or are you going with the Julian Edelman juggling catch?
Well, the juggling catch was extremely impressive and just wild. I feel like physics breaking. The Minneapolis Miracle was electric. I remember watching that live and just being in disbelief. I got to go with my high school buddy here. I'm going to go with Diggs.
2 votes for the Minneapolis Miracle, and JL, you hit it right on the head. The Edelman juggling catch looks impossible when you watch it in slow motion.
It looks like in terms of harder catch to make.
You guys
Edelman
voted against this, all right?
Yes.
This is like he caught this football.
Yes.
It's true.
That's not even like the craziest part of it. Like you have to watch the whole clip because it's just like what?
It doesn't make sense.
It is crazy.
You know what? No, but man, which one made me more excited? Which one did I get more hyped for? Like all the rules here thrown out the window. It's the Minneapolis Miracle for me. That is where my vote is going as well. 3 votes for the Minneapolis Miracle.
I'm talking against myself here. It was kind of a missed tackle of sorts.
Oh, 100%
it was a missed tackle.
Play.
Yeah, it was. Catch-wise, the Edelman juggling catch is the better.
Yeah.
Was a more impressive catch.
I'm changing my vote. I'm going the Edelman juggling catch.
There we go.
That's where I'm going because
I'm glad you did.
It was absolutely bananas. Watching that, like the ball is literal inches above the ground. Julian Edelman is midair being tackled by 2 different guys, and he manages to get his fingers under it and keep control. It is absolutely bananas. I'm going Edelman juggling catch. Jordan, where are you going here? Edelman or the Minneapolis Miracle?
I'm sorry. My face is gonna be here. You're just gonna hear my voice. I am not voting this catch right here. This one over this. This guy, look at how close that thing is to the ground. There's 3 defenders hugging each other. I can't go away from Edelman there. And that was just the game was so fun. I mean the Minneapolis catch is definitely something I like vividly remember where I was, but I also vividly remember where I was for this catch. Does that come in the same year? No. Was it?
We're close.
Around
the same time.
The Eagles won the Super Bowl in the Diggs year, but the Diggs catch is still remarkable. But it's remarkable because number 43 is clearly figuring out what yard line he's at while making this tackle, and that's super important. The Falcons defenders are all trying to figure out how in the hell and why did I kick the ball in the air.
I feel like it was just a fluke though. Like it just.
Oh yeah, no. Edelman got totally
fluke.
They should have just knocked that down, but instead the dude kicked it in the air because he's just like everybody wants an interception, but Edelman wanted it most.
And it looks like the chat is going Edelman as well. Jacob said Edelman. Jay said Edelman, but Scott in here saying the Edelman juggling catch is not that impressive. TBH. He said the moment was big, but plays like that happen yearly. He's not buying it. Albert said Minneapolis Miracle, so it is actually 2-2. Tim said Edelman. So we've got 3-2 for Edelman right now.
This is
Wrap it
And
up.
Scott said, if it's on pure catch, Edelman, play Miracle, but neither should go on. People way overtreat Edelman's catch. He says move nobody on. But we're having one of them move on.
Garbage.
Up next, we've got the Santonio Holmes toe tap versus the Hail Murray. And Thomas just making it clear with the Edelman one over there. JL, we're starting with you first on this one. Is it the Santonio Holmes toe tap for the Steelers in the Super Bowl, or is it the Hail Murray?
Man, I feel like the Santonio Holmes toe tap, just because it is a Super Bowl, I should get it. But because it's DeAndre Hopkins is my guy, I'm going to go Hail Murray here.
One vote for Hail Murray from JL. And,
I'm going to get dragged for that. I know it already.
Oh, and I'm going to get dragged
It's like
as well.
a normal regular season game.
It was a regular season game, but it wasn't just the catch. And I know Scott Fish is going to yell at me for saying things about the play, but Murray escaping the pocket, getting out there, getting out wide, chucking that ball up. And then the optics, like the Renaissance style painting of DeAndre Hopkins jumping up with all the defenders trying to tackle him trying to grab the ball was just absolutely unreal. And I'm going to go Hail Murray. And
whatever,
just for
guys.
full disclosure,
Yeah,
I am not a big Steelers fan, so that may have affected my reaction to that
not
catch
either.
whenever it happened. I'm going to go Hail Murray. Jordan, I'm guessing you're going Santonio Holmes based on the picture up there, but go ahead and make it official.
I mean, so hold on here, because I'm like re-looking at the D-Hop catch. And if we're talking about impressive photos, I mean, we're just going off pure photos. How the hell did he catch this ball?
That's what I'm saying.
Impressive catches, it's that one, and that's what I'm going with. The moment is the toe tap. The moment, 100% toe tap, ridiculous. Definitely cool that he kept himself in bounds, but he's not fighting anybody. This dude's fighting 3 different people, and 2 of them are Pro Bowlers. This is
Antonio Holmes had to fight going into that. Yeah, he was fighting.
And this wasn't just a fluke. Like Nuke is so good at contested catches.
And, I mean,
we're gonna piss people off. So
you're pissing me off. All 3 of you.
The only thing that really hurts is that there wasn't fans at that game.
Oh God, there's not a single person in the chat agreeing with us. Everyone,
because you guys are wrong. It's Santonio Holmes' catch, guys.
Okay, I'm putting my face in here. I am voting for the more impressive catch. I am not voting for the bigger moment here. And Hail Murray is the more
I don't like the Steelers. They're the team I like the least in the NFL, and it's the Santonio Holmes touchdown catch in the Super Bowl to win the Super Bowl at the very end of the game.
Jay Wilson, why don't I listen to FYF advice? Because shit like this, SMH. Love y'all, but damn. Well, you know what? We give better fantasy advice than we do reviews on football plays. I guess we just got bad taste when it comes down to the plays we like better.
Whole point of tears is to piss someone off. Come on.
Julio Jones sideline catch versus the Odell one-handed catch. I've got the first vote. The Julio Jones sideline catch was cool, but the Odell one-handed catch is an image that will forever be used in sports history. Odell one-handed. Not much to say there. Jordan, where are you going?
Well, the funny thing is when I look up Julio Jones catch, the Patriots catch isn't the first thing that comes up. So I'm voting for the Odell catch, because if I do that, it's the catch is coming up. So I'm voting the Odell.
Josh,
I'm not putting that catch up there.
Yeah, this was easy. Odell's catch. Come on.
A bigger moment, in a Super Bowl, guys, we should always be voting for the Super Bowl catch. Only if Julio Jones would have won.
JL, where are you going here?
Oh, it's the Odell catch. Easy. I'll be surprised if that doesn't win this whole thing.
But my thing is like, how did the chat have such a problem with the Edelman juggling catch versus Diggs in the NFC divisional round, and then all of a sudden you can't have this shot.
Not conceive of the fact that DeAndre Hopkins' catch might be a little better than Santonio Holmes' catch. Just no tap, which happens very frequently in the NFL, guys.
Also, Tim in here saying Odell's catch was all glove. Yeah, well, you still got to have a really talented receiver wearing that glove.
Yeah, where the heck do you think the glove came from?
There was some stickiness. There was some stickiness happening on that glove.
Sure.
I mean, at the end of the day, everybody's allowed to wear gloves. Nobody catches it like Odell. Come on.
As Dave said, OBJ catch has people still believing he's an elite receiver.
Go rewatch it. It's
damn, I'm sorry, man.
Dave, me. You just called me out. That OBJ catch still has me believing he's an elite receiver. Before we move on to our next one, I want to remind everyone watching that we are doing fantasy football office hours right after this. So if we do not get to your questions, I'm sorry. We're running through the rest of this bracket. But right after this at 4:15 Eastern time, we'll be live again answering your fantasy questions. So please bring them over there. And I promise we will get to any and all questions you bring that direction. Who did we start with on the last one? Me. So Jordan, we are back to you. The helmet catch versus the Edelman juggling catch. Which one is the better catch?
Well, I'm going with the, this catch right here. This, come on, load. There we go. This
both Super Bowl winners,
I'm going
right?
with the helmet catch, because at the end of the day, if I didn't, this smile would not be here. That's important to me, because this catch is just look at that catch right there. Look at this guy.
That's a beautiful catch.
I'm a little disappointed we went with Scott's preference on this one. It's been a while since we've really pissed him off with a bracket. He had a lot of work fixing our brackets earlier. But it's been a while since we really made him mad with one. So this one's getting us back on track.
Should I go Edelman juggling catch?
I mean, it's still ridiculous that Edelman caught this.
Josh, which one are you going?
I'm gonna go with the helmet.
If Edelman would have caught this in the end zone, that would have been cool.
That would have been cool. JL, where are you going here?
Super Bowl. I'm gonna go the helmet catch.
And I'm also gonna go helmet catch. Sorry, Edelman, you are going home. And up next, we've got the Hail Murray versus the Odell one-handed. And Josh, you are up first here.
I don't know. The Hail Murray is so amazing. No, I'm joking. It's not though. No, it's the Odell Beckham one-handed catch. It will always live in my mind. I saw it live. I still remember. My friends weren't paying attention. I was like, guys, look at this cringe. I'm sorry. I digress.
Scott said Calvin Johnson made 15 catches like nukes, but he didn't go to Clemson. So...
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
He's also not on this bracket.
Yeah. I didn't make the bracket. I don't think the Clemson guys made
it's the one-handed catch.
Yeah. One-handed. And then Bam on the last one. I just wanted to read this comment. He said, I'd say Edelman. The guy used both hands and his head. Come on, Edelman by far. He had to even get his head involved there. JL, where are you going? Hail Murray or Odell one-handed?
Oh, it's got to be Odell's one-handed catch.
I thought you were about to say Hail Murray.
No, I still can't believe he caught that. I watched that like 15 times this morning.
I just want to know what was going on in Brandon Carr's head. But I will say with the Murray catch, my best friend won like $3,000 because of that D-Hop catch. So
look where his fingers are. Look where Odell's fingers are. How does he catch this ball?
I thought you were talking about me.
Sticky fingers. Good old sticky fingers, Odell.
What is going through Derek Carr's head right now? Do you think he's just like, wow, I'm going to be on a highlight forever? Is it like someone getting dunked on in basketball? It's just like looking 100%. Up and be like, this isn't going to go well.
So, Jordan, I'm guessing your vote goes to Odell one-handed then?
Yeah. I'm not going to give Murray a chance there.
4-0, and we've got two Giants catches in the championship matchup. Jay, this is why you wanted to do this bracket. I get it now. JL, we are starting with you first on this one. The helmet catch or the Odell one-handed? Where are you going here?
OBJ, baby.
OBJ, baby, for JL. And
OG,
yeah, I think I got to go OBJ as well. That image is going to be iconic in the NFL like anthology forever. That image will not go away. It's going to be Odell for me. Jordan, are you going Odell one-handed or the helmet catch?
Sir, I'm sticking to my guns here. I don't know how he caught this. I still don't understand it.
We put the ball in his head and then he fell to the ground, but he just kept holding the ball to his head.
That's how he caught it. That's the thing. Well, Odell caught it. He had fingers. Nobody was guarding it, or nobody was on fingers. Him in that catch.
To be fair, this guy has fingers too.
This guy also has fingers.
He does, but he's the other part of his he's catching it with his head.
Look at him pitching the ball like
Bam. Bam coming back in. He said 3 fingers over 10 fingers and a head.
Count him up. Count him up, guys.
I'm going with the helmet catch because it was in the Super Bowl and they beat the undefeated Patriots because of this. Like how? I don't know. They just went out there and scored touchdowns. They scored more
with their head.
Their team.
They scored
so now you're using the situation and winning a Super Bowl as the reasoning, but Hail Murray.
Hey, sir. There's people guarding him in this play, and that is the biggest thing. Odell Beckham has nobody on him at the point of the catch. This is more difficult. I'm going with the helmet.
I'm sorry, guys. No, it's Odell. I kind of wanted to give the chat a little bit of hope. Yeah, I know. I know.
And Tim said, going with Bam, if Tyree was better, he wouldn't have needed a helmet too.
Or
Sounds like
all
people
10
are,
fingers.
or all 10 fingers. Like, come on, Tyree. And JR asking, office hours today. I need extra help. Yes, sir. You got it. We will be live in about 12 minutes for NFL or fantasy football office hours. So make sure you tune in over there. Jay Wall said, get his ass, Josh. Telling him off about his picks right there. But the Odell one-handed catch is the champion of this bracket, comes out on top.
Bambo makes a great point here, Jordan, is that the Odell catch, he was getting interfered.
Yeah, the ball was
Right
in the air and he got interfered. And then
but I'm just saying, there were defenders.
We're going to the picture here. When he
okay, because a picture tells the whole story, as we know.
The ball's in his hands, and they're 3 feet apart. They are COVID safe over there. All right.
I think it's 6 foot. I know you live in Florida, but
yeah,
Florida, we don't even have rules.
I know
here.
you live in Florida. I say I don't know why I'm laughing. I live in Texas. That's not much better. Scott Fish said, I'm not sure Odell has caught a pass in years. Haven't checked. It just feels like it. Scott, as a Browns fan, I can confirm. And Marty saying yuck because it's Giants Day on the stream. I am sorry, Marty, but there have been some awesome Giants.
I know what might make you feel better, knowing that trading makes fantasy fun.
There it is.
It's a game changer.
On this stream, I made a trade, guys.
I'm just saying
this
catch wasn't in the thing, and I'm very confused. I'm just saying. Wait, hold on, it's loading. Well, why wasn't this catch in there?
That's Odell Beckham.
That's the Jets game.
It's all gloves.
Wait a second.
It's
not There's something not going on here. Yeah, that's the catch.
He did recreate it though in the game against the Jets though, or a little.
That's awesome. Guys, that is going to be it for us for now. We will be live shortly for fantasy football office hours. Before we go, I want to remind everyone here, if you are not doing so already, go follow Jordan Vanek at Jordan Vanek DFS. He is the man when it comes to DFS information for you. Not just NFL. He's a big shot in college football DFS as well. So if you're playing CFB DFS, make sure you check him out. He's a DFS writer at 4 for 4 and a contributor to Awesemo. Jordan, thank you so much for coming on today, man. It's always a pleasure having you on.
Yeah, no, I appreciate being on here. I usually send out some fun tweet stats about nonsense during the week, so pay attention to that because I'll be tweeting about the targets and a few other things because of the massive spreadsheet that I built that you guys got to see before the show.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It is absolutely
awesome.
Beautiful. And Dave said, who isn't already following Jordan? I don't know, man. I just got to throw it out there. Make sure they are following him. And guys, that is going to be it for us today. But like I said, we're live right after this in a little less than 10 minutes for fantasy football office hours. And then we are live every Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure to come back and play some games with us. And then on Fridays at 6 p.m., you can catch us on the FanDuel, YouTube, and Switch playing some more games. And then Sunday night at 7 p.m., we are live breaking down that day's NFL games from a fantasy perspective on the FanDuel, YouTube, and Twitch channels. That is it for us right now, though, guys. Like I said, we'll see you in a little bit. Bring your fantasy questions to office hours. But until then, adios, everybody.
It's too much J.
Hey, Jay.
It's too much
What's up, buddy?
J-Day.